Someone texts you every day for 2 weeks. Then, on Thursday, nothing. By midnight, you have opened the chat 17 times. Here is the strange part. You were not this interested when they were actually available. If this already feels uncomfortably familiar, subscribe to Bad Wiring. We make the hidden shortcuts behind bad choices visible. The distance did not reveal a hidden soulmate. It changed the problem your brain was solving. This is Alex. And tonight, Alex is not really chasing a person. He is chasing the moment the pattern makes sense again. Until yesterday, a message was ordinary. It arrived, Alex replied, and attention moved on. Today, every quiet minute is new information. Did the date go badly? Was the last joke too much? Are they losing interest? A stable pattern lets the brain predict what comes next. A broken pattern creates a prediction error, and prediction errors recruit attention because the model in your head suddenly needs updating. So Alex checks. There is no message, but checking still does something. For half a second, uncertainty becomes a completed action. Then the discomfort returns, and the hand reaches back toward the phone. This is how a tiny relief can train a repetitive behavior. The check is not proof that the connection matters more. It may simply be the fastest available way to ask. Has the old pattern returned yet? There is a real psychological effect hiding here, although it needs a careful label. In one controlled study, women who were uncertain how much several men liked them reported thinking about those men more and feeling more attracted to them than women who knew the men liked them. That does not mean distance always creates desire. It means uncertainty can create more thought, and repeated thought can be mistaken for stronger evidence. Alex now has a very convincing internal statistic. I have thought about this person all day, but time spent thinking is not the same as information about compatibility. A song stuck in your head is not automatically your favorite song. A notification you are waiting for is not automatically intimacy. Attention measures what your mind keeps returning to. It does not tell you why it keeps returning. Silence also refuses to supply an ending. With no explanation, the mind generates 10. Busy, scared, testing me. Met someone else. Phone broken. I was too eager. Each theory promises that one more inspection might produce closure. So Alex rereads the last conversation as if a hidden sentence will appear. Nothing new enters the chat, but the story keeps expanding anyway. Checking can reduce uncertainty for a moment, but repeated certainty seeking can also keep the question important. Research on checking behavior shows that people may continue checking even when it costs effort, especially when uncertainty feels aversive. In ordinary dating life, the version is smaller. Reopen the chat, inspect the timestamp, ask a friend, check the profile. Every check tells the brain, this question must be urgent. At 9:14 the next morning, the phone lights up. Sorry, chaotic day. Alex feels a rush. Notice what arrived first, not closeness. Relief. The uncertainty collapsed. The alarm switched off, and that contrast made one ordinary message feel enormous. When relief follows tension, the good moment can feel brighter than the same message would have felt inside a stable pattern. Now imagine the pattern repeats. Warm on Monday, distant on Tuesday, intense on Friday. Gone for the weekend, reliable attention is pleasant, but unpredictable attention creates checking. Not because a human relationship is literally a slot machine, and not because the other person must be doing it deliberately. The useful comparison is the learning pattern. When the reward is uncertain, the cue can capture more attention. Alex begins measuring the connection by its peaks. The amazing Friday conversation, the sudden compliment, the night they finally called. But the peak feels powerful partly because it repaired the low that came before it. If you only score the best moments, an unstable pattern can look more exciting than a steady one. Relief says, finally. Chemistry gets the credit. A week later, Alex meets someone else. They arrive when they said they would. They ask questions. They text the next day. Nothing explodes, and the date feels strangely quiet. If your attention has learned to associate romance with uncertainty, The absence of alarm can resemble the absence of attraction. But calm is not empty. Sometimes it is interest, without a threat attached. This is how the pattern can travel. Different face, same mixed signals. Different chat, same weight. You may believe you keep choosing a type when part of what feels familiar is the sequence. Hope, ambiguity, checking, relief. Familiar does not mean healthy. Intense does not mean compatible. And calm does not have to prove itself with fireworks during the first hour. Alex needs a better data set. For 1 week, ignore the most exciting moment and record the pattern. Did they follow through? Was communication mostly clear? Did interest feel mutual? Did you feel secure on ordinary days, or only relieved on the good ones? A pattern score is less cinematic than butterflies. That is exactly why it helps. It measures the relationship when the alarm is not writing the review. Next, move checking out of reflex and into a decision. Turn off message previews. Put the phone away for one chosen block. Check at a time you selected, not every time discomfort asks. Then use one question. Am I looking for contact or relief from not knowing? Contact moves a relationship forward. Relief only ends the current wave of uncertainty. And if someone disappears, stop treating silence like a puzzle only they can solve. Their absence may explain nothing about your worth, but it still provides information about their availability. Closure does not always arrive as a perfect final message. Sometimes it is a boundary. I will not keep borrowing attention from my own life to investigate someone else's distance. Back on Thursday night, Alex thought the growing obsession meant the connection was becoming more important. Now the wiring is visible. The pattern broke. Attention surged. Checking produced relief. Relief borrowed the name attraction. Real connection can still include excitement, uncertainty, and butterflies. The difference is that it also survives ordinary days. When someone pulls away and suddenly becomes fascinating, ask what grew. The relationship or the alarm? If this made your own wiring easier to see, subscribe to Bad Wiring and tell me in the comments which pattern you want decoded next.